To remove this instrument cluster, you will need a few tools. You will need a 7mm socket wrench, a small ratchet, and a pry tool or flathead screwdriver. To begin, use your pry tool to pry the top corners of the lower dash cover away from the dash. Allow the panel to drop down, revealing the 2 screws that hold the instrument cluster bezel on the bottom. Remove the 2 7mm screws. Next, you will lower the steering column into its lowest and furthest out position for better access. Pry the leather cover away from the upper steering column cover. Then, working around the bezel with your hands, pull it away from the dash to release the clips. Pull out and remove the instrument cluster bezel. Here, you'll be able to see the tabs that hold the leather cover to the steering column cover. The cluster is held in by 4 7mm screws. There's one at the bottom corner of the cluster and one at each top corner. You may need to use a small ratchet to remove the top corner screws. Once the screws have been removed, pull the cluster towards you, compress the tab on the back of the plug, and pull and remove it. You can now remove the instrument cluster. To install the cluster, position the cluster into its slot and plug it in. You can now set the cluster in place by aligning the 2 posts on the bottom corners with the 2 alignment holes in the cluster. You can now attach the 4 7mm screws. You can now reinstall the cluster bezel by putting it back into position and pressing the bezel tabs into the dash. Then, you will reattach the 2 7mm screws on the bottom. Lift the lower dash cover into position and press the tabs into the dash. Installation is now complete.